please go ahead and ask the question.
Hello,
or your contribution. Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Please go ahead. I can hear you. Hey, network. I think.
So his network is bad. So let's move on. If it comes back.
Okay. Your network is bad, my friend. You're always singing for us.
Is bad. Yeah, I'm saying that you see. Okay, I will ask later. I will ask.
So we have certain steps that you have to follow. We are continuing. When your network is fine, we allow you to ask your question or your contribution, right? So we want to look at certain steps that you have to follow in making decision to change behavior. So we are looking at the steps in decision making to change your behavior. First, you must have the knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge, you will not be able to change. So somebody must let you know that this is how you have to behave, or this is how you have to do things so that you'll be able to change. And we say that behavior that you want to see, the permanent change, you cannot force people. So you must what? Persuade them. So persuasion comes. Even though we say in our everyday language that if persuasion fails, force must be applied. But when you are talking about behavior change, you must constantly pursue the people to understand the reason why you want them to change, so that it can be permanent. Other than that, they will be giving what? Eye service. When they see, oh yes, sir, we are doing it. At your back, they are doing different things altogether. So you persuade the people. And when you persuade them, they also get a place where they have to make decisions, whether they want to adopt the behavior or not. And whether beyond that, they can put that behavior into what? Practicality, into practice. Now they have the knowledge, you have persuaded them, they have made decision now to adopt the behavior. Now they have to put it in what? Practice of that particular behavior. And practice alone is not enough. Now we are talking about sustainability of that behavior. It is only when the behavior is sustained, then you can confidently say that you have achieved what? Behavior change in that particular area. You have brought about what? Health promotion in that particular area. For example, if you have realized that there is a lot of what? Teenage pregnancy in your community, and your change, your talk, or every organization in the community, your health promotion activity within the organization, you are liaising with other partners in the community to promote. Maybe when you have seen substantial change, the numbers has reduced, and young girls are in school, senior high school to the university, then you can say that yes, the change has occurred. Just like we started girl child education in this country. In those days, you look at the ratio at university admission. A lot of guys as compared to few female, but now University of Ghana is almost 50-50. And I am saying that very soon the ladies will overtake the guys. If you go to our primary schools in class 1, the girls are even more than the guys. But by the time they reach junior high school 3rd year, the girls will even become smaller, or the number reduce as compared to what? The boys. But as what we are saying is that we have not seen a lot of what? Changes coming. It is not like the way it used to be. They have 10 boys and 10 girls in class 1. By the time they get to junior high school form 3, you have only 2 girls among the 10 boys or 8 boys. Things have drastically changed in those areas. That's what we are calling what? Sustainability. But if that does not happen, you cannot say that you have achieved what? The target that you set. However, you have made an impact. And we are saying that there are certain stages that you have to go through. That is stages in behavior change or change model. There are 8. The first one is pre-awareness. The person is not aware of whatever change you want to see in his or her life. The second one is what? Now the person is aware. They are not aware of what you are expecting them to do. So that now awareness has come. They now know that if you have unprotected sex, teenage pregnancy will come, and that will disrupt your education. They now understand that if you continue to eat junk food, you develop what? Diabetes, hypertension. And those are likely to take you to your ancestors. So the awareness is there. Create the awareness through education, the media campaign, showing of videos and all that. Then contemplation. Now they are thinking about whether adopting that behavior or not. Mind you, I said that when people are comfortable doing something, they are enjoying it. Difficult to change. So they are contemplating. Oh, so I won't be able to eat my red meat that I used to enjoy. So they are contemplating whether to adopt or to completely say, or die, be die. So they are contemplating. People will say, well, even if you do this, you die. Even if you eat, you die. And or die, be die. So they will not change their behavior. So they are contemplating. Then fourth, they will try, now we have the intention now we want to adopt. So they have made an intention to adopt the new behavior. So as they made an intention to adopt the new behavior, clearly, the next thing that comes in line is what? They try the behavior and see. So those who are eating red meat, they will stop and start eating fish and see how it feels like. They will be eating a lot of vegetables now and see how it feels like. Do they enjoy it? They want to compare and see. They want to try and see whether they will be able to maintain. After trial, then eventually they adopt. They adopt the behavior. Oh, we are happy about this behavior. Oh, this method is good. Oh, I'm now better off with this method. So they have adopted. And the next level is what? Maintenance. The maintenance of that behavior. How do they maintain that behavior continuously? And advocacy, they must also talk to others to change the behavior. I think we'll look at them one after the other. Must also talk to others to change those behaviors. And that is very important. So the first one we are talking about, pre-contemplative stage. That is stages in behavior change or modification. If you look at them, even though it's not the same 8 steps that we have mentioned, it is in relation to it. You can't say that they match the same thing, all the 8. But if you look at it, you also have some kind of relation to all that we have mentioned now. Pre-contemplating stage, that's where they need awareness through mass media. Mass media, we're talking about the television that we have, the radio, electronic. Now our phones are the social media as compared to traditional media that we have, so that people can get awareness. It's just like when COVID came, all of us glued to what? Our TVs, and we are watching, listening to updates from the Oga, the president of the country, telling us what to do, the measures that have been taken, and all that. And under that pre-contemplative stage, the client has no understanding of the risk. So they are now contemplating. They don't have that clear understanding of the risk before them because they are not getting the awareness. That's why you need to create awareness through the mass media. So they don't understand. The client has no intention to change behavior at that stage because they are still going through what? Contemplating stage to see whether they will be able to adopt the behavior. Then they get what? The contemplating stage itself. The first one is pre-contemplation. At this level, they actively seeking for detailed information through discussions. They really want to understand the reason why you want them to change their behavior. So they are actively seeking for information, detailed information. So they see there's some risk. They don't understand there's some risk. When they see people dying and children becoming orphans, they know that there's a risk. So now they know there's some level of risk. 2, clients still not ready to make that change yet. And we are saying that relapse to pre-contemplating stage is highly possible. At that stage, when we are talking about contemplating, they can call back and behave as if there's nothing that is happening. They don't understand anything. That's why we are saying that they will call back to their previous stage of pre-contemplating stage. So you must go back and provide more education so that probably they can understand. Then you have the determination or preparation, ready to change behavior. So they're now going to assess the advantages and disadvantages. That's a cost-benefit analysis. The client understands the risk now. The client decides what he or she wants to make a change in. What change do they want to make at that time? And then the client also takes steps that will help him or her to make a change. What are the steps that you can adopt to help you make the change? You also adopt those steps. May also experiment by making smaller changes that will eventually lead to what? The larger or more longer lasting ones. So it's a bit by bit. They start small, and eventually leading to larger or more long lasting ones. However, we are saying that even this preparation, determination, ready to change, people can relapse back. They can relapse. They can be relapse set in, where they can go back to their stage. Just like when COVID came, we are all active, wearing the mask. You see everybody almost in the mask. But now, what's happened when we get to now we are experiencing the third wave? People are called back as if there's nothing that is happening. That is the relapse in what? The behavior change. People have stopped the behavior of what? Maxing out. These are the challenges. So people can go back to the normal stage as if nothing has happened. So the action of making change or sharing experience with others, family support, provide alternative engagements, making that particular change. Sharing your experience with others, and your family must also be ready to support you. There must be alternative engagement. If because you are not engaged in other activities, that's why you smoke, there must be alternative functions for you. So the client also has to change the behavior, and it must be continuously to do that. It must be continuous process. Other than that, the change that you want to see, it will be very difficult to notice that. So the client has changed the behavior and is continuing to do so for at least a short period of time. But we are saying that even at that stage, relapse is also what? Possible. And you can look at so many examples. Changes in behavior, continuous. You must also maintain the behavior. Maintaining the behavior is also important. Reinforcement with benefits, experience of other people who are successful, support from what? Coping measures or coping mechanisms. Or coping mechanism. It's supposed to be coping mechanisms anyway. So reinforcement with our benefit. Oh, do this, if you do this, I'll give you this. Reinforcement, like the children behave in our families. If you tell, oh, do this, I'll buy you this, they are happily doing it because there's a benefit attached. That is reinforcement we are talking about. So when that comes, it's also help individuals to sustain the behavior. So the change in behavior is ongoing and has become part and parcel of the client's life. It has become part of their life forever. Or because of the benefit that they are seeing. However, we are also saying that relapse can set in because when the benefit is no longer coming or reinforcement is not coming, people relax and they call back and get back to their level. And then advocates, that you share your experience with others, the actions, and motivate decision making. So when you motivate others, that can also help others to change. And your motivation, we said that people want to be like you. And when they have seen you doing it, they also want to be like you. And that motivates them to adopt those behaviors. We normally associate the way we speak about people, you are obolo, you are obese and all that. So if somebody is able to change their behavior and become somebody who the weight is manageable, can motivate others to change, engage in physical activities, to also adopt a very good lifestyle, and their weight is also what?